TVB co-founder Sir Run Shaw dies at age 107. ICAC arrests 9 in football match-fixing probe. And a Chinese national arrested for a consulate fire in San Francisco.
Good evening. Tributes have been pouring in for the Chairman Emeritus of Television Broadcast Limited, Sir Run Shaw, who passed away at his home peacefully this morning at the age of 107. TVB's Executive Chairman, Norman Leung, says the company is saddened by the news of Sir Run's death. The Shaw family will hold a private funeral. Jenny Lam reports.
Sir Run Shaw passed away at 6:55 a.m. with his family by his side. His family called the police and Sir Run was rushed to United Christian Hospital from his home in Clearwater Bay. TVB's Executive Chairman Norman Leung was at the hospital. He says the entire company is saddened by news of Sir Run's death. Television Broadcast Limited, or TVB, was founded in 1967 and Sir Run was among the founding directors. A statement issued by TVB today says Sir Run, with his vision and energy, developed the company into Hong Kong's premier television station and a world leader in the Chinese language television industry. Although the company knew this day will come, no word can adequately express the sorrow and lessen the sense of profound loss. Sir Run will be sadly missed, and the company sends condolences to his wife Mona Fong and his family. Mrs. Christina Lee, the widow of TVB's co-founder Harold Chow Wo Lee, says her family has known Sir Run for several decades and her husband worked with him for many years. While she is saddened by Sir Run's passing, she is comforted by his longevity and his contribution to Hong Kong. Speaking before today's Executive Council meeting, Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying also sent his condolences to the Shaw family. He praised Sir Run for his contribution to the entertainment industry, to education and his philanthropy. President of the Federation of Hong Kong Filmmakers, Ng Si-yun, says he developed much of his cinematic skills through training courses with the South China Experimental Drama Centre founded by Run Shaw. Ng recalls the days when Sir Run would walk around the film studios, and Sir Run once remarked to Ng that had he himself been 20 to 30 years younger, he too would have personally engaged in the making of movies. Actor Elliot Nock shot to fame in films produced by the Shaw Studios. He says Run Shaw himself gave him the opportunity to play the Monkey King in his first movie, and he owes much of his career to the Shaw Studios. Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development Gregory So says Sir Run's contribution to Chinese language cinema is the collective memory of many people in Hong Kong. Run Shaw is survived by his wife Mona Fong. The Shaw family will hold a private funeral for Sir Run at an unspecified date. A memorial will be held in his honour at a later date. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
Sir Run Shaw was among the most influential figures in the Chinese film and television industry. He was also a philanthropist who made donations of some $5 billion to education on the mainland. In his later years, Sir Run set up the Shaw Prize to honor contributors in the academic and scientific world. Jenny Lam again.
Sir Run Shaw's film and television empire started with his passion for movies during his student days. In 1957, he gave up the film business he was working on with his brother in Singapore to return to Hong Kong, where he founded the Shaw Studios. The company brought to the silver screen what is today the classics of Chinese cinema and box office hits that told the story of Hong Kong. The creations of his studios dominated the Asian film industry for nearly half a century. Born in Ningbo in the eastern province of Zhejiang in 1907, Run Shaw was the sixth son of a textile merchant, and he was later affectionately known as Uncle Six. In 1965, Run Run Shaw, Harold Chewo Lee and Andrew Yu, with the help of British and American funding, won Hong Kong's first free-to-air television license. TVB first went on air in 1967. In 1980, Run Run Shaw became the largest shareholder and chaired the company's board. When TVB moved to its present location in Cheung Kwan O in 2003, it became Asia's biggest television production centre. When he attended the TV station's birthday party in 2007, Run Run Shaw himself celebrated his 100th birthday. And he finally retired in 2012. Run Run Shaw was also a philanthropist. He was once the chairman of the Red Cross in Hong Kong and honorary chairman of the Hong Kong Arts Festival. Over the years, he donated more than $10 billion to charity, nearly half of which to education on the mainland. He set up 2 charity funds for educational development, scientific research, medicine and welfare support, as well as arts and cultural development. He was honoured as Commander of the Order of the British Empire in 1974 and knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1977. His generosity was also recognized by state leaders. In 2007, he was honored with a Lifetime Honorary China Charity Award. Run Run Shaw also made his contribution to Hong Kong's return to Chinese sovereignty. He was one of the Hong Kong advisors to Beijing and a member of the Special Administrative Region Preparatory Committee in the run-up to 1997. In 1998, he was awarded the Grand Bohemian Medal, the highest honour given out by the Hong Kong SAR government. In his latter years, he also set up the Shaw Prize, which awards outstanding achievements in mathematics and science, an honour dubbed the Nobel Prize of the East. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
Turning to other local news now, and the ICAC has arrested 9 people as an investigation continues into alleged match fixing by members of First Division football team Happy Valley. Among those arrested are 6 players. Happy Valley chairman Poi Kwan Kay admitted there had been disputes between sponsors and the team. Here's Jenny Lam.
The ICAC arrested the 9 people on Sunday. They include 6 footballers, an administrative supervisor, a sponsor representative and a person suspected of links to bribery. Sources say that person is a former player. They are suspected of accepting bribes in exchange for fixing the matches at a number of First Division games and the Silver Shield match. Tens of thousands of dollars are believed to be involved. It's understood that the ICAC investigation have shown that a sponsor representative and an administrative supervisor may have offered advantages to the players. People questioned during the probe included players and staff members of the team. The Hong Kong Football Association and certain football clubs are said to have cooperated in the investigation. Happy Valley, meanwhile, continued training this morning for a match against Yokohama this coming Saturday. Deputy Captain Lo Kwan Ming admitted that the team's morale has been affected by the arrests. Happy Valley chairman, the Hong Kong Football Association vice chairman Poi Kwan Kay, admitted there have been disputes between sponsors and the team. A sponsor, he said, offered $3 million to a management company run by former controller Kwang Hiu Ming. But the money was gone within a couple of months and the club was not able to settle wages for November and December. Chief Executive Officer of the Hong Kong Football Association, Mark Sutcliffe, said he is aware of the match-fixing scandal involving Happy Valley and Tuen Mun.
We always tell clubs at the start of the season to be aware of these things. We work with the ICAC in terms of education and training on our clubs, so they're already aware of this issue. Obviously, when we move to the Premier League next year, we'll be reinforcing it even more.
Home Affairs Secretary Chung Tak Sing said match fixing is unacceptable and he supports the ICAC's effort to clamp down on the problem. On the Football Association's wish for the government to extend the subsidy period, Chung stopped short of making any promises, but he added that public trust is a must if public money is being used to fund local football development. Jenny Lam, TVB News.
A Chinese national has been arrested for intentionally setting fire to the office of the Chinese consulate in San Francisco. No motive has been established, but the suspect reportedly told investigators he was driven by the voices in his head.
California authorities say 39-year-old Yan Feng surrendered himself to police and admitted he had lit the blaze at the Chinese consulate in San Francisco on New Year's Day.
Feng has been charged by complaint for violating 2 separate federal statutes. As mentioned previously, we investigated this incident as a criminal matter, and there are no indications at this time to suggest it was motivated by terrorism, politics, or civil rights issues.
According to court documents, Feng told Daly City Police, where he resides, that he targeted the consulate because all of the voices he had been hearing were in Chinese, and the Chinese consulate had to have been involved. So, after filling 3 containers with gasoline, Feng says he drove to the consulate, poured the gas on the door and steps, lit one of the containers on fire, and then drove away. While the torch gate is just around the corner where the public enters the consulate, some staff members were inside the building at the time. The doorway and the lobby were charred. But no one was hurt because the fire department brought the flames under control within 6 minutes. Erring on the side of safety, police say until the investigation is closed, they'll continue to stand guard over the diplomatic office.
The fixed post 24-hour presence will remain until we're absolutely positive that this is what it appears to be, and that's an isolated incident.
While repair work is underway, a consulate spokesman insists the arson attack did not affect their visa application service. But authorities in China remain worried. They've urged the U.S. to take every precaution to protect their diplomatic institutions and staff.
Well, the United States Senate has voted to approve the nomination of Janet Yellen as the next head of the U.S. Federal Reserve. By a vote of 56 to 26, the Senate confirmed Yellen as the first female head of the U.S. Central Bank. She'll begin her 4-year term on February 1st, replacing Ben Bernanke, who's held the job for 8 years. While the Senate Democrats pledged their support for Yellen, some Republicans expressed unease with her policies. They include supporting record-low interest rates and the Fed's massive bond purchasing program. In Thailand, about 5,000 anti-government protesters marched through the streets of Bangkok today to rally support for their cause. The demonstration was second in a series of warm-up marches as they target January 13th as the day they vowed to bring Bangkok to a halt. They plan to block 20 key junctions in the city, but say they won't interfere with public transport links. They're trying to force Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra to step down, saying she's just a puppet of her brother Thaksin Shinawatra, who was ousted as Prime Minister in 2006. The protesters say they'll boycott a planned February election. They're demanding electoral reforms. The government says the opposition Democrat Party is boycotting the election because it knows it can't win it.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel's skiing accident may have rendered her homebound for 3 weeks, but the good news is she doesn't need surgery. Merkel had fractured her pelvis over Christmas vacation in a cross-country skiing accident in Switzerland. While she is walking with the help of crutches, she had to call off foreign visits and official appointments. An orthopedic surgeon in Berlin maintains Merkel did not suffer a complete fracture. Therefore, she could be treated without surgery. Merkel's aides insist she is still capable of working while recuperating. The 59-year-old chancellor is expected to hold her first cabinet meeting of 2014 on Wednesday. She just began her 3rd term last month. And still to come in our newscast, officials meet district councilors on reform consultation. The health chief urges the public to get flu shots, and pictures of the Dakar rally.